location.
Still managed to retain more than one-third of the plenary chamber seats, the bare minimum needed for the president to be able to exercise his veto power in the opposition-dominated National Assembly. Following the election, key government officials, including the Prime Minister and the Presidential Chief of Staff, offered their resignations, while the head of the PPP stepped down. The President also issued a statement expressing his acceptance of the decision made by the public. Our Yoon So-young has more on the election results and their consequences.
The main opposition, Democratic Party and Satellite Party, have won a majority in the 300-seat National Assembly in the 22nd general election. The DP and the Democratic Alliance of Korea won 175 seats, while the ruling People Power Party and the Satellite People's Future Party secured 108. With the minor progressive Rebuilding Korea Party winning 12 seats and the New Future Party and the Symbol Party of Korea each securing one district, the Korean opposition bloc will have a total of 189 lawmakers in the plenary chamber starting from late May.
With such remarks, the committee apparently disclosed its intent to continue to urge the government to return to square one with its admissions quota expansion plans, which is something the group has suggested from the very beginning. The KMA committee, which has been holding a number of meetings while keeping a close eye on the government and the ruling party since Wednesday's general elections, is expected to hold a press briefing on Friday and make such a demand in a statement. The nation's statistical agency forecasts that foreigners will account for around 7% of the population by 2042. According to Statistics Korea's demographic projection between 2022 and 2042, released on Thursday, the population in terms of the median estimate is expected to drop from 51.67 million in 2022 to 49.63 million in 2042. The proportion of South Korean nationals is forecast to fall from 96.8% in 2022 to 95.3% 2 decades later. During the same period, the proportion of foreigners will likely rise from 3.2 to 5.7%.
Welcome to another episode of K-Pop Connection. It is Thursday, April 11th, 2024, and we just heard Got 7 with Eclipse. Now, guys, our producer Taito is getting married this weekend. Oh, but I wondered, would she have opted for this kind of wedding instead? Now, a total solar eclipse on April 8th in parts of the U.S., Mexico, and Canada was what everyone was talking about all this week, and I saw it on social media and all that good stuff. And it sounds like some lovebirds decided to make the rare event an extra special moment to remember. Now, more than 300 couples got together to say, I do, during a massive wedding ceremony in Russellville, Arkansas, just moments before the moon blotted out the sun on the day of the solar eclipse. While some opted for traditional wedding gowns and suits for the unusual nuptials, others inspired wearing medieval attire for the special occasion as they exchanged rings. A huge cheer erupted in the field as the mass celebrant declared them all legally wed. Now, some couples said they had been planning an eclipse wedding for years, while others said they decided to head over to Russellville after hearing it was ranked by NASA as one of the best places in the U.S. to watch the eclipse. Now, do you think the sun, moon, and earth becoming one is the perfect beginning to the start of a new life together? That's all voodoo magic to me. Now, if you do, the next total solar eclipse will take place on August 12th, 2026, with the totality visible to those in Greenland, Iceland, Spain, and Russia, and a small slice of Portugal as well. Now, is it time to start planning a destination wedding? Shoot. Now, I might just go just to watch it, and if they say, if anybody here feels these two should not be wedded, I'm like, it's me! Don't get married, you're going to be miserable for the rest of your life. I might do that this Saturday, because our PD's getting married. Anyways, we have a great song. It's Yoda Chingu with 지금 만나러 갑니다. Eclipse. Alrighty, that was Girlfriend, You're the Cheater with Eclipse, and we got some quick announcements on various ways y'all can tune into our show. We've got shortwave radio, 9.515 megahertz bound for Europe, 9.785 megahertz bound for India. We have apps you guys can download for free or listen to us conveniently through the KBS Kong app, KBS World Radio, and KBS World Radio on-air apps. You can always check out our website for more details as well on how to listen and participate at world.kbs.co.kr. And, of course, our KBS World Radio English Service page on the Book of Faces or our gram at KBS K-Pop. And, guys, guess I haven't do this by now, but we're available through YouTube Live. Make sure to check out our channel, KBS World English, on YouTube for 24-hour streaming of all your favorite KBS World programs, of course, including our show, K-Pop Connection. But don't forget to subscribe and like so you can keep posted and updated and what's going on our show. And also, if you tune in via podcast, which can be found on our website, make sure to download it, or not download it, to rate us 5 stars. And download it too if you don't have the podcast apps. Go for it. And of course, we get more listeners to join in on the fun and hit us up on the gram as well. And with that said, we have another jam-packed show in store for you today. Your 2 cents. I can't wait to hear your answers, y'all. Coming up right after our daily segment, Coffee or Tea. But for now, we got music. Of course we got music. This is Rise with Talk Sexy, and then we have Kiss of Life with Lightest Touch.
Run it quick, babe. Hope you see me crying, feel like it's quick, babe. Don't wanna ride. 나는 역시 지금 내 자유하라. 이건 talk 맘을 숨겨두는 짓은 못해. 진정원이 지금들도 나패. What do you wanna? I see you the good, so I know you gonna go. What's good? I'm on the ground now. When you call my name,
I really wanna stay all day with you. You know what we going through. Take a breath and in any you. 몸부림 실수로 getting deeper. 좀 뒤참 번으로 making it weaker. You're my truth, tell me someday it's when I'm not funny, I can't help it, but tell me I'm gonna do so much of what I'm talking about. When but I'm a joke, I'm down with that. What's the countdown so you know
Would you like a coffee or tea? Welcome to our daily segment, Coffee or Tea, where you get to sip on a beverage and relax. And just, listen to all the information Brian is going to give you. Now, speaking of weddings, anti-wedding seems to be a new trend for couples who want to tie the knot in an unconventional way. And when I read this in advance, I was thinking, anti-wedding sounds right up my alley, but it's not what you think. Now, they're having what's called a love party rather than a wedding to celebrate their nuptials, foregoing the traditional first dance or the father-daughter walk down the aisle or even the tux and white wedding dress. So, what is a love party, you're asking? Now, according to Amy Shack, a professional anti-wedding event planner, it's a wedding that, has personality. It focuses more on the relationship rather than the event. Now, she says she came up with the idea of planning her friend's wedding, and it seems these types of celebrations are becoming more popular as couples are shifting away from tradition and wanting to have a meaningful party to celebrate their love rather than a performative event. You know what time it is. It's your time. That is right. We're going to connect with all our KPC family right now. Read out your answers to our weekly question, post it on our gram, and you get to tell us your personal experiences and all your thoughts on our question for a chance to win a prize. So this week's question was, how often do you do laundry? And do you have any laundry tips? Alrighty, get right into it. This is right up my alley, and this is right from our studio, because it's our PD, Seoryong at Seoryong Home, or SRNG Home. All right, messages. I don't have a tip myself, but instead, have a question for Brian. Of course you do. Gosh. I saw on YouTube that adding a bit of vinegar to the washing machine when you're washing your towels helps get rid of bad odor. Have you tried it before? What good tips do you have for washing towels? Good tip actually means like good tips, y'all. By the way, I used to do laundry every Saturday morning when I was living by myself. It was a long day. Now, for those of you who don't know, our producer Chedong have a tip. Not exactly tips, but one by machine washables only. Sending stuff to dry cleaners and getting them back is more work than you think. Just buy a dryer, guys. Just buy a dryer. It's a life changer. Yes. I know not a lot of people like to dry a lot of the clothes because they claim that everything shrinks in the dryer, but there are certain things that you need to be dried, like socks, underwear, towels. I like to dry those so that way they feel soft and warm afterwards, you know what I'm saying? And if you just hang dry your towel, it's going to feel like sandpaper all over your back. Also, another tip that Taeryong PD had, or Taeryong PD, I'm sorry, Taeryong PD had these tips. Taeryong PD, the other PD, the one who is already married, don't know why. We got to spread the anti-wedding for everybody. Anyways, just add some sodium percarbonate. I don't know, what's sodium percarbonate in Korean? 과탄산소다. I use it every day. It's your regular detergent, and it makes whites whiter. And it actually makes colors brighter as well. But getting back to Taeryong PD's question, yes, you put the vinegar in the, what do you call it, the fabric softener dispenser, and it actually helps, with helping the, I guess, bacteria and all the funky stuff in the towel, like, deteriorate and disappear. And the funny thing is, you would think, oh my gosh, my towel's going to smell very vinegary, but it doesn't. Yeah. Another tip that I always tell people is if you're going to put vinegar in the fabric softener dispenser, put in a few drops of lemon water or lemon juice, because that will actually help. The citrusy smell will help. In case you do, you think, oh no, I still smell the vinegar. That will help, dilute the smell as well. But usually it doesn't smell like vinegar at all. So keep that in mind. Use that, and I advise don't use fabric softener for towels because the absorption of moisture in your towels will be less if you use fabric softener. All right, with that said, we have a great song from Le Seraphim. It's called Sour Grapes.
달콤한 아침이고야 이건 사랑하자 널 한참 여봐 무던한 척 떨어지게 기다리고 있어 갖고 싶어 손쉽게 넌 여기 very bad 두 배 하나 좀 더 지게 빠르고 되니까 내가 날 속여오게 all night yeah. 아직은 바쁘게 있지 않은데 엄마가 내게 내가 아닌 것 같아 부르짖기 아직 설레게 I'm feeling scared I'm feeling scared yeah.
There are also a huge scoop of this as well in your laundry. But, word of advice, do not use it when you're washing jeans though. A lot of people complain about washing jeans too much will make the color fade, but in reality, you can wash your jeans 1,000 times, it's never going to turn white, so don't worry about it. But don't use sodium percarbonate for jeans, because that will make it fade. Alrighty, moving on to your responses. This is from Lead Crow. I love doing laundry. My husband calls me 빨래 천사 because it gives me so much joy. I do it mostly every other day. How much laundry do you have to do laundry every other day? As for tips, I always say don't forget to wash your sneakers. They always look better when they are crisp and fresh. Question for Lee Crow though, before I go on. I hope you don't put your shoes in the actual washing machine, because that will either damage your washing machine, or sometimes what happens is the sole of your sneakers will get weakened in the washing machine, and then later on when you use them to like work out again, you notice the sole actually starts, detaching from the shoe. So instead, if you go to laundromats here in Korea, they do have a shoe cleaning washing machine. That way, it's got brushes in it, so that way it damages the shoe less, or not at all. But don't put it in your actual washing machine, because that will mess up the shoe. Just letting you know from experience. Now moving on to the next, this is from @TayPayWorms. I do my laundry every week because I don't want too many smelly clothes to pile up. I also don't have time or have that many clothes to begin with. So if I don't do my laundry, I won't have anything to wear. I try to separate the white clothes from the dark ones if I remember. Well, you better remember. Otherwise, I just dump everything into the washing machine. Did you know you can use baking soda as a replacement for a fabric softener? Baking soda is so much cheaper than softeners and really effective for washing stinky socks too. Well, I never did a study on that. Maybe that's true. But the fact of the matter is baking soda also helps with odors. So that's probably what it's doing. Softening your clothes, I haven't heard that about baking soda, so I'm going to have to look that up and ask some, people who are experts in washing clothes. But for a fact, baking soda helps with getting odors out of your clothes. So that's good for stinky socks. Alrighty. Well, we got two songs coming your way right now, guys. First up, we have ITZY with Snickers and TXT Tomorrow by Together, Fairy of Shampoo, 샴푸의 요정.
Let's go. Like that. Say don't give a now like that. Don't tell me nobody done that. They can't get you to burn and get it as on my phone. So that I don't care at all. Never still take a 필요 없어 all day. Show me the guys, the man all day. On my way up, run to the top. And under the sea, what's the young from there? Call me trouble, or you can call me weirdo. I'll take a deep on such a sweet. Don't stop, can't move. Protect what deep in my you. Party ain't started, she's somebody in the easy. Call me trouble, or you can call me weirdo. Don't care now. 어디까지 가게 될지 모르지만 일단은 start right now. I told you myself, don't worry about it, 'cause you know I can make it happen. But stop, how you You can call me weirdo. 나로 살고 싶어. 끝끝이 차올린 채로 내가 스스로를 하나둘 ready get set go. Get on. 하나둘 ready get set go. 다른 사람들 don't care now. 어디까지 가야 될지 모르지만 일단 start right now. Yeah, alright. 멈추지 말자.
Back in the studio right now with your answers to our Y2C, and don't go anywhere because we're going to announce a winner right before the close of our show. So let's move on to our next response and answer. This is from Venkata Ratnam Yellery from the Book of Faces. There may not be a specific laundry day, but 3 or 4 times a week. What? Why are you doing laundry 3 to 4 times a week? That's a lot of laundry. Yes, it's good to separate whites and colored or dark ones. It will be convenient to have kids wear separately, so also bed linen to be done separately with extra care and time. Now, since you said kids wear, so if you have kids, no matter how many kids you have, I can see you doing laundry often because it piles up. Also, another reason why a lot of people do laundry is some people have a smaller washing machine that only fits like 1.2 kilos or 2 kilos, and that's why you have to do it often. I have a 19-kilo washing machine, so that's why I don't have to do laundry basically once a week. But yeah, I like to separate everything. I separate towels, but I sometimes will mix the colors and the whites with towels, because towels, they don't really fade anyway, or water doesn't bleed into the white towels. Jeans I do separately sometimes, and I definitely do socks and underwear together sometimes separately. So I try to separate as much as I can, because I use different detergents, I use different fabric softeners, I use different scented beads and boosters for each one, because for bed sheets I want it to smell like, you know, linen, cotton. For clothing, I like to make it smell like April, fresh. These are the scents, the brand. For you guys today, and thank you for tuning in on this Thursday evening. We have a great song taking us home. It's by EPEX, 청춘에게, Youth to Youth. Our producer is Chae-Dong Kwon, and our writer is Karen Choi. I'm Brian Ju. This has been K-Pop Connection. Y'all may disconnect now. So we can go to bed. Good
the ruling People Power Party in the 22nd general elections, winning a majority in the National Assembly. However, the opposition bloc fell short of a two-thirds supermajority. In light of the landslide defeat, the interim leader of the PPP, Han Dong-eun, has stepped down. We will have more details in news briefing shortly, and we'll have further analysis of the results for Weekly Take. And then coming up for Explore Korea, we discover an exhibition dedicated to the role that women played in spreading the religion of Buddhism. Let's begin. Korea 24. The results are in. The main opposition Democratic Party has emerged as the clear winner against the ruling People Power Party in the 22nd general elections, taking a majority in the 300-seat legislative body. The PPP still managed to retain more than a third of the plenary chamber seats, though, the bare minimum needed for the president to be able to exercise his veto power in the opposition-dominated National Assembly. Landslide victory for the main opposition Democratic Party in the general elections on Wednesday, but they fell short of being able to form an opposition bloc two-thirds supermajority, despite what the exit polls initially suggested. For the ruling People Power Party, it was a chastening defeat. An interim leader, Han Dong-eun, has resigned. And for President Yoon Suk-yeol, although his legislative veto power is intact, he has become the first ever president in Korean history to have to work with an opposition-controlled parliament for all 5 years of his term. To further dissect the results of the elections and its ramifications for today's Weekly Take, we have our two panelists standing by on the line. First, we have Affiliate Professor Kim Byung-ju from the Hanguk University of Foreign Studies with us. Professor Kim, hello.
Hello.
And we also have a law professor, Song Tae-ryun, from Kyung University as well. Professor Song, hello to you too.
Hello, good to join you.
Let's quickly go through the initial numbers once again. The main opposition Democratic Party has retained a parliamentary majority in the 300-member National Assembly. The DP and its satellite party, the Democratic Alliance Party, secured 175 seats, while the ruling People Power Party and its satellite party, the People Future Party, won 108 seats.
A simple example is like whether the president will finally meet the opposition party leaders to talk about policies and how to work together. And also, what kind of leadership change takes place. So within the PP party, as I mentioned earlier, the PP party has been kind of an instrumentality and tool of the President Yoon's sometimes the bully pulpit work to the governing style. Whether they will set themselves up and implement some broad policies within the party so that they can gather what they have been missing all along for a long time, like the moderates, the younger generations, and how to get the different policy suggestions and make it into a productive suite of policies. Those processes, those leadership, and those methodologies, I think those should be a kind of ingredients to make it the next step, true next step, rather than just personal changes.